Hello students. So previous class we discussed about the combustion, the concept regarding everything about the combustion. Today we shall go for the one more another sub concept of our topic, that is flame. So in flame we will start studying about the flame with the structure of flame. Students, you might have observed the flame of a kerosene and the flame from the LPG gas cylinder and the flame of a candle, right? And you also might have noticed that all the three flames are of different types. Now what is the reason for this? The kerosene stove flame will be of different color, the burning candle of the flame that will be of different color, and the LPG flame that will be of different color. Why is this change? So what and how is the structure different of this flame? So today we shall discuss about these things in the subtopic, that is the structure of flame. So before that we must know how can we define flame and where does the flame come from. So the substance which vaporize during burning gives flame. When will we get flame? If we burn any kind of substance, at that time the substance it will undergo vaporization. That means it will get vaporized. Now what is under vaporize? Vaporize is nothing but it will get diffused into the air. You have seen if you burn any kind of substance, for example, if you take a big paper and if you burn it, it will the big paper it will get converted into the small particles and then it will get disappear into the air. It will get diffused into the air. That is nothing but the vaporizing. Okay. So the substance which vaporize means getting diffused into the air. So the substance which vaporize when during burning. Okay. During burning, if the substance gets vaporized, then that will be considered as flame. Okay, and these flames are of different type, and you already know, we have already discussed that to produce a flame we must need fuel, right? And we also know that fuel are of different types. So that means the fuel will be solid, liquid, and you can find the fuel in the gaseous form also. So what are fuels? Just recall once again, fuels are nothing but the combustible substances. So the substances which undergoes combustion, that kind of substances are called combustible substances, and combustible substances are also called as fuel. And this fuel will be available in solid form also, liquid form also, and gaseous form also. Solid form example for fuel. So the solid fuel example will be the wood, charcoal, and so on. Whereas the liquid form example will be kerosene. It's the form of liquid. So the liquid fuel will be kerosene, and the gaseous form will be, that is the CNG, compressed natural gas. So we can find the fuel in all the three ways, and hence this fuel is an important constituent to get a flame. So now we shall study the structure of flame by conducting an activity, and the activity will be 10.5 in your textbook. So let us perform an activity and understand the structure of flame and the various kinds of flame.
Structure of flame. Light a candle. Hold a glass tube with a pair of tongs and introduce into one end in the dark zone of a non-flickering candle flame. Bring a lighted matchstick near the other end of the glass tube. Do you see a flame caught at this end? Notice that the wax near the heated wick melts quickly. The substances which vaporize during burning gives flames. For example, kerosene oil and molten wax rise through the wick and are vaporized during burning and forms flames. Effects of the flame. When the candle flame is steady, introduce a clean glass plate or slide into the luminous zone of the flame. Hold it there with a pair of tongs for about 10 seconds. Then remove it. What do you observe? A circular blackish ring is formed on the glass plate or the slide. It indicates that the deposition of unburned carbon particles present in the luminous zone of the flame. And similarly, hold a thin long copper wire just inside the non-luminous zone of a flame for about 30 seconds. Notice that the portion of the copper wire just outside the flame gets red hot. It indicates that the non-luminous zone of the flame has a high temperature. In fact, this part of the flame is the hottest part. Characteristics of a good fuel. It must be easily available and inexpensive. It should be easy and safe to handle. It should be convenient to store and transport. The waste products of its combustion, such as smoke, soot, and ash, should be minimum. It should be produce a large amount of heat in proportion to its weight. It should have a low ignition temperature. On combustion, it should not produce toxic products. Calorific value of a fuel. The calorific value of a fuel is the amount of heat produced when 1 kilogram of the fuel is burned completely in oxygen. More calorific value, better is the fuel. And the types of fuel. Fuels are classified as solid, liquid, and gaseous fuels. Solid fuels, our example will be wood, coal, coke. Liquid fuel, kerosene, petrol, diesel, alcohol. And gaseous fuel, water, gas, producer gas, coal gas, natural gas, that is LPG, and biogas.
And that's about today's class, and the further content will continue in the